Hello everyone, my name is Wally. Really don't care what my name is, and today I'm going to give my top 5 best Pixar movies. Now originally I was going to review Finding Dory, but then I decided, you know what, it's been a while since I've done a top 5 video, and I thought since a lot of people have already reviewed Finding Dory, there would be no point in, doing a long video review about it. I will say though, Finding Dory was a very good sequel. I was very happy how well it went. And I think this movie will make up for The Good Dinosaur, especially how that movie did not do well in the box office. So hopefully this movie will do well, and well, it's a good sequel. So hopefully The Incredibles 2 will be also a good sequel. And I think this movie, Finding Dory, is one of those sequels that Pixar did a very good job with. Cars 2, not really. They didn't do a very good job with their sequels. Now the Toy Story sequels, those were very good. But now let's get on with my top 5 best Pixar movies. Now keep in mind, these are just from my opinion, okay? If anyone else has a different opinion about them, then you're welcome to tell me which one are your top 5 favorite Pixar movies. So, let's start off with number 5, Wally. This movie came out in 2008, and I was around that time when I didn't like any more animated movies, mostly because, well, I didn't think they were any good. But after watching this movie, and then watching it again sometime later, I realized this was a pretty good Pixar movie. I did like how it went, and even though this character Wally does not talk a lot, like normal talk, I still like how this character was pretty funny. Very cute character, and also very likable. Same thing with Eva, who at first I don't think was gonna ever, be friends with Wally, but as time went on, they form a friendship, and I guess a bit of a romance. I did like how this message for this story also went as well. But the reason I put it at number 5 was I kind of saw all this coming. I knew how predictable it was going to be, but even so, I still liked how it went. I thought it was cute, and the animation for this looked very good. And yeah, how Earth is going to turn out like the way in Wall-E, I kind of figure that's probably going to happen sometime soon. Especially if Trump wins. Or it could be worse. Much worse. Alright, number 4, Finding Nemo. I would have put this movie a little higher on my list, but the other 3 that I'm going to mention are a little better than this. But this one was a very successful Pixar movie. This one came out in 2003, so 13 years ago, and it made $936 million. I think this was one of those very successful Pixar movies that came very close to $1 billion. Toy Story 4, I think, is the only one that made $1 billion. But this one came very close, and this was a very good movie. I liked how it went, how we have our main character trying to find his son who's been taken away, and we see what he goes through. He doesn't care what he has to go through. He will do it just to find his son. We meet up with Dory, who's a very likable character. I know a lot of people didn't like her very much, but I did. I thought she was a very likable character. And the animation for this was very nice as well. I love it. The animation for all these movies that are on my list are very good. I like them a lot. And I also liked how it ended, You want to see him reunite with his son, and you want to see the son reunite with his father. It reminds me a lot of An American Tail. Only there's not giant evil cats that are trying to eat these mice, and, well, it's not made by Don Bluth. Although it would be very interesting if he did. Never mind. Let's go on to number 3. Inside Out. Okay, this one again was very hard for me to put this on right in the middle. I would have put it a little higher, but again, the other 2 movies, they deserve those spots. But Inside Out, I made a mistake. I made the mistake of saying this movie was not going to be a success. I was wrong. It was stupid for me to say that. This movie was not only a success, this one came out last year, and it did so good. I liked how well it went. It did make me feel, which is very rare for any animated movie to do that. I mean, Pixar, when it comes to making me feel, there are a lot of these movies that will make me feel. The 3 movies that are on my top 5 list, these are the movies that make me feel, and Inside Out did a very good job with that. I love all these characters. I love joy, sadness. I love also anger, disgust, and fear. They're all very fun characters. The them being inside this little girl's mind, controlling her feelings and thoughts, like that is very funny, and actually pretty clever idea. I didn't expect this movie to be a big success, but lo and behold, it did become a big success, and Pixar did a great job. It's a shame that after this movie, Pixar came out with The Good Dinosaur, but thanks to Finding Dory, it'll make up for that. All right, number two is Up. Okay, again, I would have put this on number one, but again, it was very hard not to do it because of the other movie. The other movie I put at number one. But Up, I liked it a lot, especially the opening of this movie where we see this little boy who would later grow up to be the old man, the grumpy old man. But we see him what he goes through in his childhood, meet up with the girl that he would soon fall in love with. The two of them going out, getting married, and we see the struggles they go through, especially how they couldn't have a child. Like, that was heartbreaking just seeing that. And that was just a few minutes of the opening of the movie. And then afterwards, like, everything else was very well done. I love the animation for this. I love the comedy for this. I love the emotion in this. It's very well done. And a house being lifted up by balloons, like, I guarantee you, as kids, I'm sure many of us all thought about that. We all thought of a floating house with balloons. Like, that is pretty cool. And I especially love the ending as well, where we see what happens to the house. But yeah, I love how well this movie went. And it, just like Inside Out, it's emotional. Like, you feel for this old man. Like, you feel bad for him. You want him to succeed in getting to where he wants to go. And that scene where he finally makes it to where he wants to put the house, and we see him going through the scrapbook and then reading that what his wife left for him. Like, oh man, that is sad. I love it. I love it when it did that. But it's not number one, and here's the reason why. The number one spot on my top 5 list goes to the Toy Story movies. Yeah, I know it doesn't count because I'm counting all 4 of the movies in the number one spot, but really, well, 3 of them actually. Sorry, the 4th one hasn't come out yet. Unless I can see into the future. Ooh, I'm just kidding. I can't. I wish I could. But yeah, the 3 movies. All right, 3 movies, all in one on my number one spot. There's a reason for that. The first one, I saw this as a kid. This one came out in 1995, so I was 5 years old when I saw it. I think I saw it when my parents bought it on VHS, but when I saw it, I was very fascinated by it. I thought it was very cool, seeing dinosaurs coming to life. I actually became very paranoid because I always thought my toys could come to life. I'm looking at them, waiting. I even leave the room and I even peek my head in just to make sure they aren't moving. And I'm like, are they coming to life or not? Like, that's what I loved about the movie. But the second one, man, is so emotional because you see what one of these characters, Jessie, what she went through, how she was loved by her human, and then to be abandoned like that as she grew up. It was like, oh, I feel bad for her. Like, you really feel for this character. And Woody, I mean, he knows that is a possibility of what might happen to him. How his owner, Andy, will grow up eventually, will no longer be interested in toys, and there's a possibility that Woody might not be around with him forever. But, he still wants to cling to that hope and wants to spend as much time with him as he can. And that's what I loved about it. And that's where we get to the third one. The third one I thought was very good. I loved how well this movie went. We see what the toys are going through. I have to admit, it does get a little dark when they're in that the garbage place, and they're about to be incinerated. Like, oh my god, that is so intense. So, like, you want them to succeed. And then we see the claw coming in, saving them. I was like, oh, that is so good. I love it. And then we have the ending, which I thought was very good. I loved how well the ending went. It was a great way to end the whole thing. I kind of wish they did end it like that, just end it with the third movie, not make a 4th one. But I mean, Pixar might have a good idea how to continue on with this, so I'll be looking forward to it. But yeah, this is my top 5 list. That's it, guys. If you have a different opinion about any of the movies that I mentioned, or give me your thoughts of your favorite Pixar movies, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. As I said before, Finding Dory is a good sequel. I do recommend it. If you want to check it out, go right ahead, guys. It's a great sequel. And if you want to check out all these movies as well, go right ahead. Check them out. They're all great movies too. That's it, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. We'll give you more love and more entertainment. So take care. See y'all next time.